Two people sat at that table. One was already planning his exit. The other was already planning something else entirely. I am just going to be straight with you. This whole thing is a complete waste of both our time.
You are incredibly rude and have no courtesy whatsoever. Even if you do not want this arrangement, why do you have to take it out on me? I was not the one that set up this meeting.
I am not taking anything out on you. I just do not play around. I wanted to get it out of the way from the beginning.
I had heard you were a playboy, but I did not realize you were also this arrogant.
Arrogant, that's a strong word. I'm just confident in what I want. Well, now you know.
Are you not worried your father will disown you and remove your entire inheritance?
I've considered it, but I have to live my life on my own terms. My father has 1 billion. I have made 3. I do not need his inheritance.
Why don't we pretend to be together, keep both our fathers happy, and quietly divorce after some time?
I do not trust you. Give me 1 week and I will give you my answer. The moment she turned that corner, everything about her changed.
Darling, it's me. I need to see you. Do not worry, I am managing it. This is going to work out perfectly in our favor, trust me.
Emeka, my friend, the meeting went very well. I think our children are going to be just fine. Obiora, my brother, I told you, our children are going to be perfect together.
Grace is a good girl, my son. Responsible, educated. She will be good for your business.
I told you I don't want to get married, and if I ever want to get married, I will marry for love, not for business.
Your father and Chief Emeka agreed on this since you were both children. You are breaking something that was sacred to both families.
I know, but I need to follow my heart.
This is about duty, our families.
Mommy, I am an adult. You can't just tell me what I should do. Nobody tells me who I will marry. Nobody. I do not even want to marry anyone right now, Mommy. Please, just leave this matter.
But Chukwuemeka, you must consider the family.
I am done with this, Mommy.
Please, my son.
This was his life. Women waiting at his door, and he had never once asked any of them to wait. This was also his life, and he saw nothing wrong with any of it. Yeah, man, unbelievable. He had never waited for anything in his life, and he had never intended to start. At work, he was different, brilliant, focused, untouchable. It was only his personal life that was completely out of control. This was every weekend, every night, the same cycle, the same emptiness underneath it all. For me, blessing another round?
Yes, please.
To us. They had built everything from nothing. And now their greatest worry was not the empire. It was their son.
My son, please. I am begging you to change your ways.
Mother, I appreciate your concern, but I must follow my own path.
But it worries me so.
If you do not change, I will give everything to your sister. Everything. Dad, I don't care. I will build my own empire. If you want to give it to others, that is their own.
I can't believe how fast this year has gone. I know, but we've achieved so much. To us, the unstoppable trio. While her brother was throwing everything away, she was quietly building everything up. Ades, your brother needs to settle down before your father completely runs out of patience. I have tried talking to him. He does not listen to anybody, not even Daddy.
The letter said his position had been terminated with immediate effect after 11 years. Just like that.
Daddy, do not worry. I am coming home. We will find a way together, I promise you.
Her father never called during school hours. Never. So when she saw his name on that screen, she already knew something was wrong. She did not tell anyone she was leaving. She just packed her books quietly, took one last look at the classroom she had loved, and walked out. And she never once looked back, because she knew if she looked back, she would not be able to keep walking. She sat there for a long time, looking at those books, because she already knew that when she walked out of that classroom, it would be for the last time. She sat there holding those books for a very long time, because she already knew that when she walked out of that classroom the next day, it would be for the very last time. And she allowed herself to grieve that quietly in the dark before she got up and did what needed to be done.
Daddy, do not worry. I am going to take care of this family. I promise you, everything is going to be okay. We need to decide what comes next.
I know, Amina, this is not what I wanted.
But we must. I trust only you, Amina. Daddy, Chizaram and Chukwudi will not stop their education. I will find a job. I will take care of us.
I know you will, my dear. Two completely different worlds existed in Lagos that night. One filled with noise and emptiness, and one filled with quiet devotion and love. Dinner is watching both of them.
It smells wonderful, Amina.
Thank you, sister.
God, please direct my steps and provide for my family. I trust you completely.
He used the only door he had available to him, and he walked through it with everything he had left.
Good afternoon, sir. My daughter is looking for a housekeeping position.
I see.
Tell me more.
She had dreamed of walking into a university lecture hall. Instead, she walked into a hotel lobby in a housekeeping uniform. But she held her head up, because that was who she was.
She gave that job everything she had from the very first hour of the very first day. Not because she loved it, but because she understood that whatever your hands find to do, you do it with everything you have.
She had never been anywhere like it in her life, but she held her head up, because dignity does not depend on your address. She gave that job everything she had, because that was the only way she knew how to do anything. She gave that job everything she had, because that was the only way she knew how to do anything. She cleaned every room like it was her own home, with care, with pride, with dignity. She noticed every small detail she always had. She made friends everywhere she went, not by trying, simply by being herself. They were both in that hotel, working with everything they had, father and daughter, side by side, and neither of them was ashamed. He owned the hotel, every single wall of it, but he had no idea that the most important person in that building that day was pushing a housekeeping trolley down the third-floor corridor. He had walked through that hotel 100 times, but he had never stopped walking before. She looked up for barely 1 second, and in that 1 second, something happened to him that had never happened before. His assistant had seen his boss in every situation imaginable, but he had never seen him stand completely still and stare like that. Not once. Your schedule is packed today, sir.
I see. Thank you, Toby.
He had walked through that lobby hundreds of times before. But today God had placed someone in that building that was going to change everything about the man he thought he was. Sir, in 6 years, I have never once seen you afraid to speak to a woman. Nobody once. What is possibly you that question? Because he did not have an answer. He just knew that something about that girl was completely different from anything he had ever encountered before. This man had walked up to women in every country on earth without a single moment of hesitation. And now he was standing at the end of a corridor in his own hotel pretending to look at his phone because he could not find the courage to walk 30 feet.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
She said good morning and went straight back to work, and he stood there like a man who had just experienced something completely new. Rejection. Toby, she said good morning, sir, and went straight back to work like I was not even standing there. His assistant laughed for the first time in 6 years of working together. And even Chukwemeka could not be angry about it because deep down he knew it was deserved. Amina, how are you finding your new job?
I am finding it very well. Thank you, sir. Have a good day, sir.
She thanked him, wished him a good day, and went straight back to work. And he walked away for the second day in a row with absolutely nothing. Find out what Amina's favorite flowers are. Have them anonymously delivered to the housekeeping staff room.
Anonymously? To
He's
house?
worked in that hotel for 4 years. She had never once seen him ask about anyone's favorite flowers. Not once. It was the first time anyone had sent her flowers. And she did not even know who had sent them. But something in her chest felt quietly warm in a way she did not yet understand. His assistant had seen many things working beside this man. But he had never once seen him crouch near a door to watch a corridor. This was completely new territory for both of them.
Sister, something happened today. I can see it on your face. You look different. And I'm just tired. Are you sure?
You seem lighter. I'm sure.
Just tired. God protect my heart and keep me focused. I do not understand what I am feeling right now, but you do.
She prayed on steps and she
Keep
came
my
out
eyes on you.
my name. But God smiled, because he had sent that feeling, and he knew exactly where it was going to lead. He had never once been distracted at work. Not even once. Sir, the schedule for today. We have the investor meeting at 10, and his assistant noticed it immediately. Yes, just a moment. Who is the new girl on the 3rd floor? The housekeeper. The new housekeeper? She just started, sir. Her name is Amina. Her father, Emmanuel, also works here as a cleaner. He had never once walked the 3rd floor corridor before in his life. He owned the building and had never walked that corridor. Until now. He watched her for a long time. And the longer he watched, the more he could not look away. A father always knows. Before anyone says a word, he always... A father always knows. Before anyone says a word, he always knows. Sir, with respect, I want you to know that the young lady on this floor is my daughter. She is a good girl, sir, a church girl. I am asking you respectfully, please leave her alone. He respected that man. He did not know why. He had never respected anyone who spoke to him like that before. But something about that father made him stop and listen. Sir, I have worked with you for 6 years. I have never once seen you this patient over anyone. This one is different, Tobe. He was right. She was different. And God had known that long before he did. She had no idea. None at all. She just went home every evening, cooked for her family, prayed and slept, while God was quietly arranging something she could not yet see. I have thought about it and I will agree, but there is one condition you need to hear first. During this arrangement, I will continue to live my life exactly as I choose. You will not interfere with that.
That is my only condition. I agree. I agree to your condition.
We do not have a deal yet. I will confirm when I am ready.
I have met him now, Mummy. He is rude and arrogant, but I believe I can tame him. I know I can handle this situation better than anyone else could. My daughter, I have never doubted you for one single day of your life. I have met him now, Mummy. He is rude and arrogant, but I believe I can tame him. I know I can handle this. Grace, arrogance is not easily tamed. Are you certain? I know you can handle anything, my daughter. But tell me, have you finally ended things with that boyfriend of yours? I appreciate your concern, Mom. Okay, my daughter.
A mother always knows. She does not always say everything she knows, but she always knows.
Come, let us go to the shopping mall together today. Just the two of us. I would love that, Mummy. Give me just a few minutes to go and change. I won't be long.
They were just a mother and a daughter, heading out for the afternoon. Neither of them had any idea what God was about to show them before the day was over. Whatever else she was, Grace loved her mother.
Mom, this has been the best day. It has. Oh, my dear, I'm so glad this.
And in those moments, they were just a mother and daughter, enjoying an afternoon together. Whatever else she was, Grace loved her mother. And in those moments, they were just a mother and daughter enjoying an afternoon together.
Anyway, he is here, Grace. Look at him over there with yet another woman. This boy is truly arrogant and something else entirely. Mummy, I do not know what you are talking about. Grace, take care, my daughter. Take very good care with this one. Mummy, I am not worried. He told me he needed some time. He is probably ending things with all of them right now. I am not reading anything into what I'm seeing today.
She said it calmly, but somewhere deep down, something had shifted. And she knew it. He had no idea he was being watched. He had no idea that on the other side of that restaurant sat the woman his father had chosen for him, watching everything he was doing and saying nothing.
I really, really like you. I really do.
I hear you, but I cannot say the same. I am sorry.
I heard you used to be a playboy. So who is this girl that has stolen your heart? Oh, come on, you're different. Tell me. Maybe I'm just better at hiding it.
He did not say a word. He just crouched down and helped her. And that one small thing did more than everything else he had tried before.
Thank you, sir.
It was the first time she had looked at him like that. And he felt it immediately. You know, that reminds me of the time we got locked in the pantry. She laughed. A real laugh. The kind that catches you completely off guard. And in that one moment, everything between them shifted. Grace, what is really happening between you and this man?
Ikem, it's complicated. Ikem, calm down. I told him I want us to pretend to date. He is going to give me his answers soon. Nothing has been decided yet, so please calm down. My mother does not want this arrangement, Ikem. She wants me to marry for love. But my father is very sick. The doctors say he is not doing well. And he really wants this to happen before anything happens to him. If he agrees, we simply pretend to be married. We live completely separate lives. After a few months, we quietly divorce and everything goes back to exactly how it was.
But she had not planned for God, and God had not planned for any of this to go the way she thought it would.
She laughed today, Toby. A real laugh. And I'm telling you, she is completely different from anyone I've ever met in my entire life.
God, guard my heart. I felt something today I have never felt before, and I do not know what to do with it. Please keep me and order my steps.
I hope your day is going well, Amina.
It is, thank you. And yours?
Vivian, I cannot continue this. I am sorry, it is over. She had been waiting for this conversation for years. She just never expected to be on the receiving end of it.
How many years have I given you? Who is she, Chukwumeka? What has changed you?
There is no one, Vivian. I just know this is not right anymore. Juliet, you cannot keep coming like this. Things have changed, and I owe you honesty. Juliet, you cannot keep coming like this. Things have changed, and I owe you honesty. It's rare to find moments like this.
I know, it feels so natural.
My faith keeps me grounded.
I'm as a family.
This feels right.
Agreed us. I do not understand why someone like you with everything would spend his time talking to someone like me.
You are not just a housekeeper, Amina. You are the most interesting person I have met in a very long time.
Sister, you have been different lately. Something is going on with you, I can see it.
The people who love you always notice first, before you even notice yourself.
Nothing is going on. I am happy that we are all okay. Me is a word we. Sister, I do not believe one single word of that. Chukwumeka, you've been different lately. No parties, coming home early. Is there a woman involved in this change?
Mom, everything is fine. I'm just focusing on what's important. You will. Mommy, I have met someone. She is unlike anyone I have ever known in my entire life.
Oh, Chukwumeka. Who is she? Where? Her name is Na. She's from Naumu.
I'm so happy for you. Emmanuel, effective immediately, you have been promoted to a management position. Promoted? Misa? This comes directly from Mr. Chukwumeka himself. I don't know what to congratulations. Your new role starts tomorrow. There is also a brand new car assigned to you and a house from the company estate allocated with immediate effect. He sat there staring at those keys for a very long time, because he could not quite believe that what he was seeing was real. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. He had worked in that building cleaning floors for years, and God had seen every single one of those days. Every single one of them. He had prayed for a house for 11 years. 11 years. And God had answered that prayer through a young man who had walked into his daughter's life in a hotel corridor. My daughter, you have brought so much blessing to this family. I have been watching this young man and I have never in my life seen Winnie change the way he has changed since you came into that hotel. This boy was a notorious playboy, my daughter. Everybody in Lagos knew his name. And since the day you walked into that hotel, he has not looked at another woman. Not even once. Everyone around him is shocked by the change. My daughter, Chukwemeka, wants to marry you, and I cannot stand in the way of that. You can also go back to school. You do not need to carry this family on your head anymore. That load has been lifted from you.
God, you did this. Only you could have done this. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
She had not asked for any of it. She had just been faithful. She had just shown up every day and done what needed to be done. And God had taken care of everything else. His staff had never seen him like this before. This focused, this present, this responsible. Something had changed in that man, and everyone around him could feel it.
I saw Chukwemeka at work yesterday. He was going through contracts and documents, and he did not look up even once. What has happened to that man? I heard from someone that he has given his life to Christ. All the girls have stopped coming around. Nobody can even reach him for parties anymore. Are you serious right now, Chukwemeka? She had never had to ring that doorbell before in her life. The door had always been open for her. But something had changed, and she could feel it. The doorbell rang 3 times, and he did not move. Not because he was being cruel, but because he already knew that the life that was on the other side of that door was a life he no longer wanted to live.
I heard Chukwemeka has completely changed. He gave his life to God and isn't seeing anyone.
Word travels fast in Lagos. The story of a ruthless billionaire playboy who suddenly gave his life to God and stopped seeing every woman he knew was not one that stayed quiet for very long.
I am telling you both, my brother has completely changed. I have never once seen him like this. I genuinely do not reconcile him anymore. I heard he has given his life to Christ. He is reading his Bible every day, going to church. I cannot believe it is this in Chukwemeka. What? Chukwemeka. Okay, bro. Yes, the very same one. I think there is a woman involved. No man changes like that without a very specific reason. There is a woman involved, I am certain of it. No man changes like that without a very specific reason.
I have been watching you, and I have to admit I am impressed. But I wonder what is driving all of this change. I have given my life to God, Dad. And I have also... He sat there alone for a long time. Because somewhere beneath all that authority and all that pride was a father who had just watched his son choose love over everything he had built. And even he did not completely know what to do with that. God help me to be the man she deserves. So I become who I need to be for her. For the first time in his life, he ran for himself. He was praying for someone else. And God heard every single word.
My son, I am so proud of who you are coming. Now tell me about this woman. I want to know everything about her.
Thank you, Mom. She's incredible.
She's kind, intelligent.
I can't wait to meet her. Mommy, Amina works as a housekeeper at Havila Grand Hotel. The joy left her face in less than 1 second. And even though she tried everything she could to hide it, she book out her family. She is a Yuraso every single moment of it.
My son, I am happy you have changed. But I'm not sure a housekeeper is the right match for who you are.
Mommy, Amina is not just a housekeeper, she is extraordinary.
And I need you to trust me on this.
I have heard about this girl, Chukwemeka, and I am telling you to end it. I have a perfectly suitable arrangement already in place with Chief Emeka Okafor's daughter. And that is what will happen. I understand, Father. I do not care what she is or what she has done. The arrangement stands, and if you continue with this girl, you will lose everything I have built. I respect you, Dad. I will always respect you. But I will not end things with Amina. And if that means losing everything, then so be it. He sat there alone for a long time. Because somewhere beneath all that loyalty and all that pride was a father who had just watched his son choose love over everything he had built. And even he did not completely know what to do with that. Amina, I have spoken to my family. I am not going anywhere. You are the one I have chosen. And once we are married, you are going back to complete your university education. I promise you that.
I do not want to be the reason your family is torn apart.
You are not tearing anything apart, Amina. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me.
You are the one I've chosen. God, I do not want to cause pain to anyone. I do not want to be the reason a family breaks. Please order my steps and show me clearly what your will is, because I do not want to move ahead of you.
She had prayed for this moment for years. She had begged God for this. And now she stood in that doorway watching it happen, and she could not even speak. No words were needed in that moment. A mother and her son sitting together in the kind of silence that only comes when God has done something that words cannot adequately describe.
My son, I am so proud of who you are coming. Now tell me about this woman. I want to know everything about her.
Thank you, Mom. She's incredible.
She's kind, intelligent.
I can't wait to meet her. Mommy, Amina works as a housekeeper at Havila Grand Hotel. The joy left her face in less than 1 second. And even though she tried everything she could to hide it, she broke out her.
My son, I am happy you have changed. But I'm not sure a housekeeper is the right match for who you are.
Mommy, Amina is not just a housekeeper, she is extraordinary.
And I need you to trust me on this. I have thought about everything, and I want to meet this girl before I make any final judgment. Bring her to me.
She walked into that mansion with nothing but herself. No pretense, no performance, just exactly who she was. And sometimes that is the most powerful thing a person can bring into any room.
Tell me about your background, Amina. Where are you from? I was born in Lagos, but my family is from Somalia. And your education, what did you study? Yes, my faith guides me. And your faith, is it important to you?
This was the same sofa where girls used to come and go without stopping. The same apartment that used to be full of noise and emptiness every single night. And now it was quiet. And he was reading his Bible. God, thank you for finding me. Thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for sending her into my life. I need to do not deserting this, but thank you. He came early every Sunday so he could sit alone before everyone arrived and just talk to God privately. No performance, no audience, just him and God. And that was the truest version of who he was becoming. Dad, Amina is a university student who dropped out to take care of her family. She dropped out? This is concerning. She will go back and complete her education. She is one of the most remarkable people I have ever met.
I have to be honest with you. I genuinely like that girl. I was not expecting to feel that way, but I do.
If I am being completely honest, I think I like her too. But the problem is, I made a promise to Emeka years ago, and I cannot simply walk away from that promise.
I want us to pray about this together. This arrangement was always a business connection, not love. And I am not sure that is what God wants for our son.
I understand, Chidima. Then let us pray. Two powerful people who had spent their whole lives making decisions with confidence, knelt down together and admitted they did not know what to do. And that was the moment God had been waiting for. I need a full background investigation on a woman named Grace, daughter of Chief Emeka Okokokli. He had a feeling. He could not explain it.
He has no idea what we are doing, Ikem. Everything is going according to plan. Soon we will both have everything we want.
She was so confident in her plan that she never once considered that someone might already be looking into it.
Ikem, it is you I want. It has always been you. This arrangement is just a means to an end. The moment I get the inheritance, I will divorce him immediately and come straight back to you. We'll have your word she said was recorded.
And she had absolutely no idea.
It's him I truly want. The moment I get my inheritance, I'll divorce Chukwemeka and come back to you.
He listened to the entire recording without moving, without reacting, without saying a single word, and when it finished, he simply placed his phone on the desk and sat there in complete silence for a very long time.
Grace, I think we need to have a very important conversation and need you to listen carefully to everything I am about to say to you. She had been expecting many things from that man, but the tone of that phone call was not one of them. And something in her stomach dropped the moment she heard it.
Chukwemeka.
We need to talk, face to face. Grace, I am giving you one opportunity. Call off this arrangement yourself. Tell your family you do not want to. Go ahead, do that, and I will leave it at that.
I understand, Chukwemeka. I'll think about it.
I cannot call it off. I will lose my inheritance. And may I remind you that you yourself promised to go ahead with this. Why are you suddenly changing your mind?
I am not going to continue, Grace. I gave you one chance to handle this with dignity. If you choose not to, then I will have no choice but to let the evidence I have speak for itself.
She sat there asking herself one question. How much does he actually know? And the longer she sat with that question, the more uncomfortable the answer became.
We are going to spend the entire afternoon shopping. Whatever you like, do not look at the price tag, just pick it.
I cannot let you do this. It's sustain. I insist too much. Let me pleasure.
You have spent long enough taking care of everyone else, Amina. Today you are going to let someone take care of you.
She looked at him for a long time before she smiled,
because nobody had ever said those words to her before.
She had never owned anything like it in her life. And the way she looked at that reflection told him everything he needed to know about how much she deserved to be treated this way.
You look absolutely beautiful.
She had been told many things in her life. But nobody had ever made her feel the way those 4 words did when he said them. She laughed differently that afternoon, freely. Like someone who had finally been given permission to just be.
I'm so glad.
Thank you. Amina, this moment feels so perfect. I'm so glad we're here.
Me too.
He had sat expensive restaurant tables hundreds of times before, but he had never once sat at one feeling the way he felt right now. Can I pray over our meal?
She looked up at him with the widest eyes, because she had never once expected those words to come from that man. God, thank you for this food, and thank you for this woman sitting across from me. She has changed my life in ways I cannot fully put into words. Please bless her, and something inside her that had blessed every dream she has very long time. In Jesus' name. They walked for a long time that evening, saying nothing and everything at the same time. And neither of them wanted it to end.
I need to ask you something seriously. Why me? Out of every woman in the world you could have been with, why did you really change?
Because you are the one man my heart chose. From the moment I saw you in that corridor, I knew you were different. Every woman before you was just me running away from who I was supposed to be. And I am running.
I need to be honest with you too. Somewhere along the way, what I felt for you became very real, and I do not fully understand how it happened.
She had fought it for a long time. But the truth has a way of winning eventually. They stood there in silence for a long time. And in that silence, something was settled between them that did not need words.
Obiora, I've spent enough time with Amina to know without any doubt that this girl is genuinely good for our son. And I've never seen Chukwemeka the way I see him
When he is with her.
I know without any doubt that this girl is genuinely good for our son. I have never once seen Chukwemeka the way I see him when he is with her.
I agree with everything you are saying, and I think I like her too. But I made a promise to Emeka, and a man of my word, I do not.
Perhaps it is time we stop trying to figure this out ourselves.
Two people who had spent a lifetime making decisions with authority knelt down together and said, God, we do not know. And that was the most powerful prayer either of them had ever prayed. I do not care if my family disowns me, Amina. I am going to marry you, and nothing in this world is going to change that.
I love you, and I mean that with everything I have.
I promised you I would wait for you until our wedding night, and I have kept that promise. I am asking you to trust me the same way I'm trusting God. Because I know He is going to make a way. She sat there for a very long time that night. Because she already knew what she had to do. She just had not yet found the strength to do it.
God, I need your strength right now more than I have ever needed anything. Please help me do what is right, even though it is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I trust you with this. Daddy, I have made a decision, and I need you to listen to him carefully before you say anything at all. I have decided to go to Abuja, Daddy. I will continue my university education there. I need.
Does this have anything to do with the young man and his family?
Yes, Daddy, it does. I cannot allow a family to turn against their son because of me. I will not do that.
I think you are making a wise and honorable decision, my daughter. It takes a woman of genuine character to choose what is right over what she wants for herself. God, go before my daughter to Abuja. Order her steps. Protect her heart and bring her back home when the time is right, in Jesus' name. She held them both for a long time, because she did not know how long it would be before she held them again. He stood at that gate until he could no longer see her. And then he stood there a little longer. Because that is what fathers do. George. Where is Amina, the housekeeper, on this floor?
Sir, Amina resigned this morning.
She no longer works here. He stood in that corridor for a very long time. The same corridor where he had first seen her. The same corridor where she had said good morning, sir, and gone back to work without looking at him. And now it was empty, and it felt like everything in that hotel was empty without her. Emmanuel opened that door and took one look at that young man's face. and he felt everything that face was carrying without a single word being spoken. Has she gone? I just need to know she is safe. I know where she is, but I cannot tell you without her permission. When she calls, I will speak to her. I respect that, sir, and I will wait. But I need you to know that whatever it takes, I am going to find her. I am not giving up on her. He had sat in that apartment alone many times before in his life, but it had never once felt like this. Because before her, the emptiness had been normal. Now it was just painful. God, wherever she is right now, please protect her and keep her safe. Bring her back to me when the time is right. I trust you completely, even though my heart is broken right now.
My son, what has happened to you? You have not been yourself.
She has gone, Mummy.
Amina has gone.
She left because she did not want to be the reason this family was torn apart, Mummy. She sacrificed what she wanted for all of us. Chidinma sat there for a long time saying nothing. He had held on to that recording for a long time, not knowing what to do with it. But that night, sitting alone in grief and in anger, he finally decided it was time for the truth to be heard. I need you both to hear something very important. Please just listen. We're listening, son. This changed everything. Thank you.
God, wake you.
It's you I truly love and want. I'm only going through with this arrangement to claim my inheritance. The moment I get it, I'll divorce Chukwemeka.
The room was completely silent as that recording played, and every single word of it landed like a stone in still water. Nobody spoke for a very long time after that recording ended, because there was nothing that needed to be said. The truth had already said everything. Nobody spoke for a very long time after that recording ended, because there was nothing that needed to be said. The truth had already said everything. I owe you an apology, my son. I almost allowed pride and a promise to cost you something, but
I am going to pray right now that God brings that girl back safely. And I am personally going to find her and bring her home myself.
Emeka, I need you to check your phone right now. I'm sending you something very important, and I need you to listen to every single word before we speak further. Chief, you need to hear this. Daddy, I'm so amazed. He recognized his daughter's voice immediately, and with time the record he heard, he was completely still. I did not back out of our promise, Emeka. Your daughter backed out. I cannot in good conscience continue with an arrangement that was built on deception, and you understand that. He was a man who had spent his entire life building his reputation on honor and integrity. And his own daughter had just embarrassed him in front of one of his oldest friends. Adora, come now. I need you to hear something. What I am about to play will leave you absolutely much nothing to say. She listened to every single word of that recording without speaking, and with every word her hand pressed harder against her mouth.
Mom, it's me. I can't believe what's happening. Why didn't you tell? How could you keep it secret? I'm so betrayed and ashamed.
I don't know if I can ever forgive you.
I am so deeply sorry. I did not know any of this was happening. I am going to go and speak to Grace. Right, both now. I am so deeply sorry. I did not know any of this was happening. I am going to go and speak to Grace. Right, both now.
Grace opened that door and immediately felt the weight of what was coming before a single word was spoken.
Mommy, I am so sorry. I did not mean for any of this to happen the way it did. I hear you, Grace, but sorry does not take back. So what has been done? I told you, Grace. I told you I knew you had a boyfriend and you sat right there and denied it to my face. Now look at the embarrassment you have brought to this entire family. You told your boyfriend your father was sick, Grace. Your father is not sick. You lied about your own father being ill just to keep that boy close to you. Grace, I need you to understand that your father is really not happy with you right now. The consequences of everything you have done may be far more serious than you realize. If I were you, I would go on my knees and pray right now, because only God can help you at this moment. Your father may even disown you from the inheritance entirely, Grace. Please take this seriously. Mommy, I am so sorry. I did not mean for any of this to happen this way. I hear you, Grace. But sorry does not undo what has already been done. I pray that whoever you truly fell in love with and said all those things to is buoyant enough to give you the lifestyle you want, Grace, because you have made your bed and now you must lie in it.
She picked up her bag and walked out, and the apartment that had always felt like Grace's kingdom suddenly felt very... She sat there alone in the silence of everything she had planned and everything she had lost and everything she had brought on herself. And for the first time in a very long time, Grace had absolutely no plan at all. She had dreamed of walking through a university gate for years. And even though the road that had brought her here was not the one she had planned, God had still found a way to give her what He had always promised her.
She filled in every line of that form with her whole heart, because this was not just a registration form. This was the beginning of everything she had sacrificed and everything she had prayed for finally coming together. She sat in that lecture hall, and something inside her that had been quietly grieving finally took a deep breath, because she was exactly where she was supposed to be. She was studying alone in a city where nobody knew her name, carrying a broken heart that she refused to let slow her down, and still showing up every single day.
God, this is so hard. I'm struggling. I need your strength.
God, I need you to show me the way forward. If Amina is meant to be in my life, please bring her back.
I know you have a plan, God. I trust you even when it's hard. Everything is going to be okay.
She wiped her tears, and she kept going, because that was who she was. He opened that door expecting nobody, and found the one person he had never expected to see standing on his doorstep.
I heard what your daughter did and why she left, and I was wrong, Emmanuel. Your daughter is the most remarkable woman I have ever met.
Thank you, Chidinma. That means a great deal.
Emmanuel, the family is no longer divided. I am going to Abuja to bring Amina home. She's not only to be my son's wife, she's going to be my daughter-in-law, and I want her home.
Thank you. Let me call her right now and tell her.
No, Emmanuel, do not call her. Just give me the address. I promise you I will bring your daughter home safely, Emmanuel.
He handed her that address with trembling hands, and she took it with the kind of warmth that told him his daughter was going to be just fine. She had traveled all the way from Lagos to Abuja alone. Not because anyone asked her to, but because she had made a promise to her son. And she was a woman of her word. She opened that door expecting nobody, and found the one person she had never in her wildest imagination expected to see standing in Abuja at her door.
I have come all the way from Lagos to bring you home, Maito, where you belong. I know why you left my daughter. I know what you sacrificed. The Grace situation has been completely resolved. My husband has fully approved, and her son has been on his knees praying for you every single day since you left.
Thank you.
Are you certain that his father has truly approved? I am certain, my daughter. I have never been more certain of anything in my life.
Before she said yes to anything, she said thank you to God. And Chidinma watched her do it. And in that moment, she understood completely why her son had chosen this girl. Mommy, come to the living room right now, my son. Something in her voice made him stand up immediately. He walked into that room and saw her. And every prayer he had prayed in the dark suddenly made complete and perfect sense. No words were needed in that moment. What God had brought back together did not need words. This table had never felt like that before. Full of the right people, full of peace, full of everything God had been quietly building toward.
Yes.
Yes, the most important word she had ever spoken in her life.
This one has a lovely sheen.
Oh, I love it. It's perfect. And this color?
Nobody watching them would ever have guessed how rocky the road to that table had been. She stood in that wedding dress and saw herself in that mirror. And everything she had been through to get to that moment made it the most beautiful thing she had ever seen.
You look like a queen, my daughter. My son is the luckiest man in the world. And I am so grateful, Mommy.
He stood in that fitting room in his wedding suit and allowed himself to feel every single thing. Because he had earned this moment. Every prayer, every change, every sacrifice had led to this. I am so proud of you, my daughter. Your mother, where she is, she would have been prouder woman you were, Paka.
God, I know I have done wrong. I know I have made a mess of everything. Please forgive me and help me because I have nowhere else to turn right now.
She had planned everything so carefully, every step.
Sister, I cannot believe you're actually getting married. Oh, Chizaram, it's real, and I'm so happy you're here. We're all so proud of you, Amina. Thank you both. This means everything.
They had planned many things together over the years. But nothing had ever felt quite like this.
God bless this marriage. Bless my son and bless this remarkable daughter you have given us. Keep them both in your hands. always, in Jesus' name.
He walked through that door and saw his daughter in her wedding dress. And the man who had carried everything alone for so many years finally allowed himself to completely fall apart with joy.
Daddy, you did everything right. I love you so much. I love you much.
He stood at that altar, and for the first time in his entire life, he was completely still. Not because he was afraid, but because he was finally exactly where he was supposed to be. She had walked into that hotel as a housekeeper, and now she walked down that aisle as a bride. And God smiled at every single step she took. He had prayed for her every single day she was gone, and now she was walking toward him, down an aisle, in a wedding dress, and every prayer had been worth every moment of pain. A father placed his daughter's hand into the hand of the man who had proven himself worthy of her, and then stepped back. Because that is what fathers do.